Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another video of Fable. Last video we took care of all of the optional quests. There was only one after we went through the graveyard path. And the next storyline quest is to rescue our mother and escape from Bargate prison, which has definitely got to be the longest one of the longest quests in the game, and there's no backtracking until you finish this quest, which is why I've decided to pretty much take care of everything before I go. But we're going to start that quest today. But before we go, you can see I've tried to pool up all of my experience, and now that I have done that, I can afford my 86,000 final physique upgrade. Yay! It's gonna basically cost me all of my experience, but I want to get it now because, like I said, I always have a really hard time getting it because it is one of the most expensive upgrades. In my opinion, it is one of the most useful ones because it really helps with strength and swinging weapons and how much of a weapon you can carry in terms of its weight and things like that. And when we come back from this quest, I will promise you we're going to have a buttload more experience to spend on skill and will, which I have kind of been neglecting. But now that that is done, that makes me happy. And we can head back to the Litchfield Graveyard, go through the path, and go to the door that was opened up. So, with editing magic, I will meet you back in that area. Alright, so here we are back at the Circle of the Dead, and now we can go through this path that was opened. Like I said, this is a very, very long quest, and you won't be able to leave the area for quite a while, so if you have anything you want to do before you leave, I suggest doing it now. I think I'm probably ready, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So, without any further ado, let's take a deep breath and go on through. Alright, so we get no guild reward and no renown for this. Well, that is a huge bummer, but I guess, you know, it is saving our mother. So, that is, I guess that's reward enough, seeing as how she's been missing our entire lives. And it's kind of fascinating that they have this huge underground tunnel built underneath the graveyard. It's kind of cool. Alright. So there is treasure and stuff along here to pick up, I do believe. And of course there are undead, because this is still, I guess, technically under the graveyard, so there are undead in here. And of course, you know, you got your magical seals, so you have to keep defeating undead until those pop up, you know, all that fun stuff. I think there's also guards down here as well. So we won't just be seeing a huge flock of undead, I hope anyways. I hope there's going to be some other stuff for us to see. And we're going to go ahead and go up here first. There might be some other stuff for us to grab. Instead of going directly towards the seal, of course. I said, like, my completionist self. Ow! Did I get too close to that shaking thing? The shaking, I don't know what to call that. Tree, I guess? I think I got too close to it. Because it exploded on me. But the completionist part of me just can't check out this long tunnel. I'm going to shoot these first, though. These are kind of like what we saw in Darkwood, and if you get too close to them, they explode. So it's just kind of a good idea to get rid of them before you advance on and blow yourself up. I mean, I guess you can see it exploded there. I guess it's useful for enemies, but overall, I'd rather just get rid of them first. And this nymph is going to bother me, I have a feeling. So maybe what I'll do is just kind of ignore all the enemies in here, get all the stuff in the crates and get the chest, and just leave. That's all I wanted to come down here for, was to see what was down here. Now that I've seen, it's all just a lot of enemies and stuff, so I'm gonna ignore them all and get the hell out of here. Because she's probably the one spawning them, and if not, then I'm leaving anyways. If not, I don't really care, because I'm leaving. So many undead! No! Yeah, she is following me. And those are explosive barrels. I'm glad I saw that. I was just about to hit them. But yeah, those are definitely exploding barrels, and I will blow myself up if I touch them. So... Oh, and another thing that's going to explode if I get near it. I really shouldn't have gone and saw that nymph, because now she just won't leave me alone. Ah... Really? Enemies, really? Good for experience. Like I said, this area we're going through, this is gonna get you a lot of experience, which is nice, really, but it just depends on how much patience you have and what it is you're doing. You know, like I said, I don't want to sit here and do this for the entire video because that just isn't fun to watch after a while. I mean, I can imagine it wouldn't be, so... Infinite respawn. Let's just go. I think she's kind of left us alone a little bit now. Run away, hero, run away! You can do it, run faster! Go, 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 go! Okay. More undead. How shocking. What a huge surprise on that one. And it's kind of interesting because this underground path comes up on the outside as well, which is kind of cool. Big guy, I might as well slay him. I have a feeling he might be important to kill. Usually when the big ones come up, they're usually important. Not always, but I'll do it anyways. Up here, there is a chest. With a lightning augmentation in it. I don't really find a lot of enemies are weak to lightning in this game. I know the undead are weak to fire and the Belverines are weak to silver, but I'm not too sure what enemies would be weak to lightning. I can't see like rock trolls or something being weak to them. That just wouldn't make a whole lot of sense in my book, but whatever. Anything else around here? There's a fishing spot? No? No, nothing? Okay. Oh, never mind, I can walk in this water. Okay, there must be something important then if I can walk in it. There's a chest up here. I was gonna say, they wouldn't, like, give you a large path to go down with nothing. Or maybe they would, but it just seems a little conspicuous for me. There we go. Get rid of the big guy, and hopefully all these little guys will follow. Come on. Yeah, I shouldn't be using my weapon much anymore because I'm not gonna need a lot of this strength experience now that I've got the big kahuna out of the way there with all the physique leveled up. I think I still need to get some health upgrades and stuff though. So I guess I can still use my weapon. Like right now, it's just a lot faster than using my bow. Or else I'd be using my bow, but it would just draw things out that much more. Get rid of all these guys. And it doesn't look like any more are respawning, so... Anything else out here? A nymph. Oh yeah, how nice to see you, Miss Nymph. Or fairy, or whatever the heck you are. All I know is that you're very annoying, that's all I know. Ooh, dark chainmail helmet. I think I already have one of those. And this goes back to the entrance. That would have been kind of nice for me to just skip the entire path and walk through the water, but I didn't really see that. Derp. Alright, well I think everything is thoroughly looted. And we can continue on our way here. Another chest. Not much action though, it's kind of just your average path, although this place is, I guess, supposedly hidden, so that makes sense, I suppose. Oh, okay, there's our action. I was gonna say, we're not really a whole lot of action going on, it's just all the undead, but you have to, like, defeat all these enemies, I guess, before the doors will open. But yeah, I mean, this place is like a secret underground path, so I guess, you know, it makes sense there's not really a whole lot going on down here. It's not like it's a known tourist attraction or anything. And if it was, then it would be really easy for us to get into, but the game just wouldn't make it that easy for us. That wouldn't be playing fair now, would it? There we go. Here we are, back underground again. Ooh, and there's some guards here. Hey, there is life down here. Well, that's good to know. Maybe that gives me hope of finding my mother. If some people down here, like guards, can survive in this environment, hopefully my mother can. Although this is a prison, so I guess it also makes sense to have guards. For some reason, this whole part of the game has really reminded me of the Shawshank Redemption. I don't know if anyone has seen that movie, but that is probably one of the best movies I've ever watched in my entire life. I don't want to spoil it for people, but just like the whole breaking out of prison and like, you know, finding a way to get out and kind of outsmarting people really reminds me of that movie. If you haven't seen it, I really, really highly recommend it. Anyways, moving on. It's kind of nice to see some different enemies. I don't think any undead spawn here. I think it's just going to be guards from now on. So we just have to kind of keep a lookout for these guards and just kind of attack them as we see them. And of course, if you can see them up ahead up the corridor there, you can get kind of a head start and just attack them with your bow or whatever. Because they don't really seem to notice you until one of them gets attacked or something. Let's go this way. Any guards down here? There must be. Yoo-hoo, guards! Yes, a few down there. Get a head start. Just go ahead and use my bow and get some of that bow experience. I can probably use some of that, honestly. And for some reason, my arrow like hit the wall. That was kind of strange. Okay, apparently my hero can't aim, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, I'm controlling him. There we go. Anything down here? Ooh, some health potions. I'll take those. And anything interesting on the desk? No? I guess this is like their break area or something. I don't know. Seems kind of strange that a random table and some chairs would be sitting down here, but again, I'm not here to argue. Let's just keep going. I think this place has pretty much the exact same layout as the other area. And these explosive barrels, I guess we can use these. Come at me, guard. Come on. Bam! Oh, those aren't explosive barrels. Oh, that was dumb. I thought they were exploding barrels. I was gonna be like, oh, it explodes you, but nope. Nope, I'm just being dumb and didn't notice that they weren't exploding barrels. Just regular barrels. How sad and depressing. Oh, I got my hopes up for nothing. For some reason, I remember there being exploding barrels somewhere in this area. And this is like the slowest, most anticlimactic fight scene ever of me just going back and forth with arrows with that guy. I'll take whatever's in the barrels, though, even if it's not exploding barrels. And we should be near the end of this passage soon as well. Get him! Well, if you're gonna come at me one at a time, it's gonna be pretty hard for you to team up on me and cause any damage. Did you, like, not take being a guard 101? I think you probably skipped that class. Because you apparently aren't doing a very good job. Alright, I'll cut you some slack. You're not a great hero like me. I guess I should cut you a little bit of slack. And you could be like minions. I'd much rather fight guards than fight minions. I'm not even gonna lie. If this corridor was full of minions, I'd be kind of pissed. It would just make things so much more difficult than they had to be, that's for sure. Come on. Die. Thank you. Shock him up a little bit. Maybe I'll give him a little bit of a force push too, just to be really mean. I just love that when they just go flying, crashing into stuff. Come on. I either haven't upgraded my bow in a while, or these guards are really quite resistant and they have quite a lot of defense. I think it's a little bit of both. I don't think I've upgraded my bow for like 30 episodes. It's kind of bad, actually. And then, of course, we're gonna loot before we go, and this video is getting really long because this whole sequence is actually pretty long and kind of painful to do. Lots of action, though. I do like that this quest they gave you, which is again is one of the bigger quests of the game, is full of quite a lot of action. Really, I quite like that. The music in here is pretty friggin' intense too. It kind of gives a jail kind of feel to it. It's kind of dark and depressing and kind of I don't know what the word I'm looking for, like intense. Like it's kind of, I don't know, suspenseful, I guess. Alright, well, I think I will stop here before I go into that door because, like I said, this video is getting pretty long. So we'll leave it off here and we will continue exploring the underground path, and hopefully we will find our mother very soon. So thank you so very much for watching, and join me for the next episode of Fable.